Hello, today we are covering the material of this week and what the students need to know. First of all, it's page 31 in your books with the girl on the bike. If we think about forces, we can draw a few arrows. The arrow which goes backward, the arrow which goes down, and the arrow which goes forward. If we think about forces, we could name them. Gravity, which pulls the girl down to the earth. Friction, the arrow which goes in the opposite direction. And the push force of the girl. So, to be able to understand the arrows, just memorize that the arrow which goes down usually shows gravity. The arrow which goes backward against the movement is friction, which stops the movement of the bike and the girl on the bike. The arrow which shows to the right is the push force of the girl. Next, we talked about first elevators. The 34 in your books. So the person who invented the brakes for the elevator was Alicia Otis. The brakes before, the elevators before didn't have them. It was just an open platform like you see in the picture with the cable which pulled the platform up. If the cable broke, the platform fell down and people could die. Alicia Otis invented brakes which stopped the elevator in the air in case the cable broke down. Then we tried to make a construction and think about forces which act on a construction, which could safely hold it in the air. The students were suggested strings, stores, and a string or a thread, and they were suggested to make a construction to keep a ball safe in the air. Here you need to draw a picture of the construction, watch the video or invent and draw your own. Then write several answers. What forces did you design to try to balance? If we put something in the air, of course, gravity will pull down the object. So we need to balance gravity by the push force or the tension force of the string. And the second question, how to make the construction stronger? For example, design a different construction, or choose to make it like the real elevator with the side, the floor, the bottom, the ceiling. To make the construction like a box or a pyramid. Next page, which we covered, was about moving objects and understanding arrows. Picture 1, we can see a crate and 2 arrows. One arrow shows gravity, which pulls the crate down to the earth. The other arrow shows the push force of the ground. If we can see that the crate doesn't move, it means that the forces, gravity and push force of the ground, are equal or balanced. That's why the object doesn't move. In picture 2, we see the machine which starts pulling the crate. But again, the crate doesn't move because at the start the pull force of the car equals friction of the crate. Still, the forces are balanced. In picture 3, the machine applies a greater force. We can see that the pull force, the arrow which shows the pull force, is longer. It means that the crate starts moving. So the pull force of the car is bigger, greater than the friction of the crate. And picture 4, we can see the construction up in the air when the crane pulls it up. Again, the pull force of the crane makes the object lift. The gravity pulls it down, but the pull force of the crane is bigger. So we talk about unbalanced forces. Balanced or equal forces and unbalanced forces.